Stay true to yourself. But I think the most important is not to apologize for that. I think a lot of people who are trying to be themselves do end up a lot of times apologizing. So they're trying to be themselves, they're being themselves, but then they're apologizing for themselves. Yeah, fuck that. Like, own it. Like, own it. Like, if you're going to be yourself, you have to embrace that. And I think that has a lot to do about, like, loving yourself. I became vegan and vegetarian for animal rights. I've been involved in the animal liberation movement for a very long time. I still go to fucking protests. I still get out there and like advocate for that because I feel that so deeply in my heart. But it's also interesting in the past years of like another aspect to that, and that is health and environment. I'm still very concerned about the generations that are to come and what we're leaving, because it's bad. It's like really bad, and I don't think people really understand how bad it is. Everything is convenience now, and no one really thought about like what that looked like 60 years later, and here we are. So it's interesting that like out of my veganism, I've become such a huge environmentalist. I think it's so important. I urge anyone that's depressed, sad, having a difficulty in life to go out into nature and not feel something, because it's so real and it's so there, and you can feel so grounded and so connected, and that is going to be gone. My parents got divorced, and I grew up with a gay mom, and I grew up with a second mom, and she passed away 3 years ago, and health is really important to me because she died way too young, like way too young. And these are the things that are, people that they're like, whatever, I don't care, I like my meat, I like this, I like that. I'm like, that is literally killing you. So it's interesting like how this one decision I made 20 years ago, 21 years ago, really has rooted me into like who I've become. If I had to define myself in anything of who I am is an activist. For animals, for the environment, for people, like growing up with a gay mom really defines who you are really quick, especially in the 80s, like that was come a long way. I don't think I ever did this consciously, but I feel like growing up, definitely was a tomboy, for sure. And then as I got older, I toured with a band for like 8 years, all dudes, 6 dudes. And I feel like that experience really did shape me of how I presented myself as a woman, and that I was almost trying to be a guy to be accepted. I embrace more of the things that I thought were negative, I'm a sensitive motherfucker now. Like, I cry at everything, and I thought that was like a weakness. Women have this like, we're so sensitive because we feel a lot more things, we feel things in our intuition, we feel things in our gut, we're very, caring and loving, and I just, for a long time, I viewed that as being bad, and I don't anymore. I embrace it. I think it's beautiful.